me.
Well, now we're on.
Now we're on.
It did actually. It opened on you saying you
if
were
you didn't have a
amazing.
mouthful of food there, James, as you were giving us our.
Oh, you need to
word.
turn
What do you
that
like?
down.
For once, it's not me eating.
Hello? Hello?
Me.
You can't prove anything.
We
What are you gonna
live.
do? Come look at
Hello.
my mouth. Come look at my mouth. I dare you.
Ew. No, thank you. Can I not?
Hello, everyone.
I'm super like up close. I'm just gonna move my camera back a little.
Wow.
That giant forehead. I gotta do me dirty like that, James. That's
Fucking Zordon there.
Don't kill me. I'm sorry.
I'm actually. I'm
Come on, it was a good pull. It was a
I
good
was
pull.
actually no, it wasn't. I was actually going to be nice and let you re-roll because it's been a while. I was like, I'll let you roll. You know what? I'm taking it off the table, man.
Reroll what?
No, it's just a thing, so it's fine.
Who fucked up their chance to reroll? I said
James
nothing.
did.
Okay, that's all right.
Sorry. We'll start now. Now that the rage has like just coursed through the rest of me, and I'm funneling it straight at James. Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It's been a while. It's been a little bit of a while. And I am. I'm really sick right now.
Oh, no.
I did a COVID test before we went on.
And
And I don't
Hello.
have it. I'm just apparently I'm just really under the weather. And but this is because I didn't want to put off playing tonight because it has been a little bit of a while and I've missed hanging out with you guys. Crap! I said that on the internet.
Ah, clip it.
embarrassing.
Clip it! Don't clip it! Don't clip it! Delete it! I've missed the stream and I've missed playing tabletop role playing games and just being with everybody. So you are all most very welcome back and welcome to the latest episode of Rise of the Forsaken, Chapter 14 on the Edge. And we have an absolutely, and I don't mean to oversell this, but we actually have a phenomenal recap because it has been a while. And it's so important that we give you a really detailed, precise, thorough recap of what's happened. And there's nobody else really that I would trust as much as I would trust Fiona this evening with that. And it's not like dice rolled that, and the rest of us are going to have to fumble our way through what happened close to a month ago. But Fiona is going to give us our recap on Chapter 13, help us bring everybody up to speed in case you have forgotten.
Thanks, Declan, thanks. I feel so
You're
special.
welcome. Again, not overselling that at all. It's totally fine. You're going to do an amazing job. I have full faith in you.
Look at my eyes when you say that.
I was actually looking at Kat when I said it to you to make it sound believable.
I'm gone. I'm done with it. I feel so
I'm gone.
I have my silk robe on. I look so cool.
I wish I had
I'm
silk
ready.
robe.
Before we Eilish, can I tell them the good news around the Rook and the Raven stuff?
Yes.
Oh, good, because that's good. Okay, we can announce that. So if you've been watching the show for the last little while, you know that we have an affiliate link with the Rook and the Raven, creators of some fine tabletop role-playing accessories, journals and planners for players and DMs that you can customize to your heart's content. Still haven't gotten mine. Just saying it. Just put it out there, put it out to the universe.
Oh,
Eventually, a copy, I suppose, will make its way to me, maybe.
Kat
However,
and Eilish have ours.
Wow.
yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. If only I had supportive players and who loved
Wow.
me and wanted me to keep track of my notes better.
You know what? You're gonna feel real mean in about a week to 10 days.
You've been sorry. If we go back,
Approximately
you've been
10
saying that
days.
since the dawn of time. At this point,
It's stuck in the mail.
Check the tape.
that's what my mom said in all my presents as a child. Santa just got stuck in the mail.
Oh.
So, if you are looking to get your hands on some of those, if you head on over to the Rook and the Raven and you use the code D8Dungeon at checkout, you will now get 20% off your order. So that's
Nice.
a neat. Everyone loves a good round 20. Like everyone goes, that's a good number. It's a good solid number. So you'll get that off the cost of. There it is.
20.
You'll get that off the cost of your order. And if you're ordering from Ireland or the UK or Europe, good news is they are now shipping out of Ireland. So you'll get it a little bit quicker. You don't have to wait for US deliveries. So handy out. A couple of other things to mention. We'll do those at the very, very end of it. I think we've spent enough time. We've all been away from tabletop role-playing games. I hope you haven't been cheating on me with another DM. That would break my heart.
Don't tell him. No one tell him.
I don't have time to play.
Yeah,
other
you have no time.
games.
Who am I kidding?
I'll take that as a compliment. It's in there somewhere. Eilish, James, and Emma have been way too silent, and thus their roles will be taken out on them.
Rude.
I think without further ado, let's do some Forsaking. Let's do some Rising. But first, let's start with that prophetic recap. Really,
I'm feeling
over to you.
So angry at you, Declan. Look at the grin on his face. Anyway, so what happened was Mooney was off with Tilly and Seamus because that's what Mooney does. She just goes off and does her own thing and doesn't even care about how her family think about her. But whatever, we'll give out to her when we find her next. So she was trying to make friends with Tilly and Seamus, and Tilly kind of wasn't getting there. She didn't really want to talk to Mooney. She didn't want to open up. I think that's what her problem is. She just doesn't open up. We'll work on that too. But then she told Mooney something really, really important, but really fucking stupid. And she said that Regman was hot and she fancied Regman. That's all that I remember. And I thought that was really fucking weird. What the hell is she seeing in him? I don't know. But Mooney promised that she'd get him to make her a mason jar. So I don't know. He charges too much for them, but we'll see. Maybe that'll work out. Oh, and the other great thing that happened was Braska got turned into a little wooden statue because that was fun. He gave Mooney a little kiss and returned her spell slots, and then he turned into a wooden statue and told her to take care of him. So that's great. At least we won't have to listen to him for a little while, hopefully. And then the little shard of the mirror that Mooney has, Hilaria was like, "Hey, Mooney, Nulra's dying, so maybe get over there and help your sister." And she kind of didn't really want to, but then she said, "Okay, I might." And then they went into this cave underground, and someone threw an axe at Mooney, but missed because she made the earth fall down. And then I don't know how she does that shit. It's really fucking weird, but it's kind of cool. And then they went into this little room underground, and it was some weird like mage man's place. And Mooney did some rooting around, searching through his shit, and she found his diary, and he found some manticore kittens, and he thought they were cool. Idiot. So he he brought them up, and they thought that he was their ma, and then he's like, "These are so cool," but then they start killing people, and they killed a farmer and his wife, which wasn't really a good thing. So then he locked them away into the section of a wood, and the only people of strength could go and release them from their torment, which is apparently me, but it looks like I'm being released from my torment of playing this game. So we'll see how I get on. But Declan's face, I missed it so much, but don't tell Declan. I really miss playing.
Anyway. Yeah, you threatened me. Hang on. Why do I get threats and she's not getting threatened at all?
And I've lost my train of thought. Oh, and then Mooney got really excited about the manticores, and she wants to make friends with them and bring them back to Cove with Tilly and take Cove over again and make everyone happy, and all the people that don't have parents anymore will be really happy, including us maybe. So then they met Vera and Murphy. See, Declan, I remember things. Vera and Murphy were the two people that came and attacked them, and then Tilly and Seamus ran away, and Mooney was kind of going, "What the hell? I thought we were friends." And then she nearly died, but then Tilly and Seamus came back and saved her, but Seamus got hit in the process because Declan rolled really shit. And she's trying to convince him to come get me. I'm about to die. I've nearly killed one manticore, but I'm kind of having a bit of a crisis now. So I'm going to take the potion that Mom gave me. I don't know what the hell it's going to do, but let's hope it does something good.
I mean, other than the fact that you used your recap to have several pops at me.
Would it be a recap if I did not do that? You made me do it.
No, we roll for it, and I rolled a
I didn't
5.
see you roll. I didn't see you roll.
I mean, if I pick it up now, you're not going to believe me. But
I would never believe you.
Yeah, that's
Here, I'll pick it up. 5.
See,
Yeah.
you gotta believe her.
With inspiration, Giz.
Yeah.
Yay!
I
Don't
tell-
forget
I-
to
no.
use it.
Yeah, I
Just-
think I'll need it.
Just because I think it's actually going to annoy her. I think everybody should get a little
no.
bit of inspiration.
That's okay.
This
It's not like we're going to use it. I mean, come
I
on.
know.
Are you worried about something?
Why?
No, I'm not worried at all. But yeah, inspiration for everybody just for this session. You have to use it for its
Yay.
work. Okay.
Oh, I see them on Twitch. I want to say a big thank you to Radius Ulna, who finished their latest fan art. So the whole gang are on our Discord if anyone wants to check it out. I know I'm biased, but the number piece is my favorite, featuring Deirdre's tooth.
Absolutely, of course.
I disagree, but I mean, I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah, no. To be fair, I do love Regiment crying. I think that's really sweet.
It is really sweet. I love it.
I love when he cries.
And there's no proper way of saying that, but I think I do. I think all of it's actually deadly. So, Diara being all Diara being all like, and like the man erupting in fire. So, thank you very, very much, Radius.
Ooh,
Awesome. We
making
love
a
it.
mess.
And to everybody in chat, welcome along. And it's good to be back. And there'll be some stuff to drop at the end of the session that I will be letting everybody know about. But for now, let us pick things up where we left them. And Umbra, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh no.
That is an dirty 20.
That is the exact number I needed you to roll for the bad thing to happen.
Nice.
How did that happen? Umbra, where you saw.
Hang on, are you serious? Is the bad thing happening?
I don't know. Why?
A 20, Declan.
I'll turn off the ominous purple light. There we go.
Okay.
Wow.
Now the bad thing happens.
Oh.
No. Where you, Umbra, where you felt the magic, that energy just coursing around you, pains of hunger gurgle in your gut, and you turn around as you hear something approach. An instinct in you just snaps. You turn, and for a moment you clearly saw Regiment and Diara, but now where they stand, there are forms made of that same energy. But while Regiment glows, Diara burns with it. And you feel your mouth pool with saliva, and that hunger becomes less of a snarl and now an agonizing roar. And then you just hear Diara ask if you're okay. And everything kind of it's just like a switch going off inside you. And you see Diara and Regiment staring at you. I mean, they were already very perplexed because Nulra vanished, and now they see you looking and acting so strangely. But you see them again. There isn't any glowing light. There isn't any glowing energy. You see them, the pain in your guts is still there. That emptiness is still there. Without telling you what the check is, obviously you succeeded on the check, but without telling you what the check is, it has now increased by 1. The difficulty check has increased by 1.
Okay. He mops his brow with the back of his hand and blinks a couple of times and says, There's just something about this place. It's kind of, I think I might be seeing things. I don't know.
What kind of things?
Kind of like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's for a second y'all were gone and there were just these kind of shapes of something. I don't know. Look, I mean, it's less important than finding Nora. We'll figure all that out later, I'm sure.
Did you see Nora? She alright? No, she's not.
I
Is
don't
that
know.
all right?
No, sorry, no, I didn't see her. I don't think I saw her.
The fuck, man?
We should.
Well, you take the lead. You started looking at tracks.
All right. Can I look for tracks, please?
How'd you get that idea?
Can I start tracking?
I would like to track.
Roll for tracking? No. Regiment, give me an investigation check.
Don't forget that Nora was wearing her Crocs today.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
The custom-made Crocs. Yeah. With the Rise of the Forsaken logo emblazoned. You can see it in a merch store.
I got a 17.
You can clearly see the Nolra's horse, the tracks. You can clearly see where the hooves made imprints in the dirt. They follow around a corner, and just after a large outcropping of rock, Regiment, they vanish. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Don't love that.
What do you mean? You're
And
so
you know
wise.
how it feels.
13. Oh, sorry, 12. I was -1 on that.
It's very strange. For a moment, as you kind of follow the tracks and you reach the cropping, the rock standing out, it feels like the air feels denser here, but it's strange. Like it's a sensation that it's just. It kind of feels like there's a bit more pressure. Like it's kind of like there's kind of a storm on the edge of rolling, but as soon as you feel it, it's gone.
He's gonna shout back to Umbra and say, "Here's the tracks," and she clearly disappeared into this dense air.
Oh, cool. So you found her then?
No, but I did more than you, didn't I?
Right here.
JR is gonna walk up to where the tracks stop and poke.
At the dense air.
Yeah. See how dense it is. Are we talking marshmallow?
There's nothing. You approached the same area that Regiment is talking to and kind of pointing at or gesturing at. You see the tracks, you see where there's no more tracks and the path continues. The air isn't any more dense than it is where you were 2 seconds ago.
Did you sleep okay last night?
Yeah.
Mostly because you were passed out from getting shot. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, I
And we
had
all know passing out is not the same as a long rest.
we all learned that, yes. No, I had that weird dream, didn't I? But he's not going to admit that anyway. Yeah, Grant, of course I did. Didn't snuggle anyone.
Uh-huh. So,
Umbra's just gonna stroll on up and past him, past the dense air, or through the dense air area.
I really want him to fart.
Give me a roll for Constitution.
Actually,
Yeah, if you want.
Not want it. Cack those
absolutely
bags.
good.
You do not want it, because if you do not want it, it's not going to be pleasant.
I got a 9.
Okay. Umbra, you kind of shrug past Diara and Regiment, who's been kind of like staring at you. Concentration on his face for a moment, and you see him. He literally is like. But
Umbra
fear
knows
is
that look, right?
Yeah, you shared a room with him for your entire childhood. There is no sign of Nulra. There are no tracks. There is no dense air, and Regiment did not manage to fart.
Oh, I hope he didn't. No.
No, he didn't do that either.
Okay.
Let's swiftly move this story along.
If you pull a muscle
He's
doing that,
on the edge.
Oh, what's that called?
you-
Turtlenecking.
no,
Oh, God.
Very
no,
noggin.
Fiona.
Let's
We had a
stop, or
chance.
You're gonna get disadvantage.
Oh.
If you pull a muscle doing that, I'm not helping you. I'm
for
not
the
fixing
love
that one.
Should he is my inspiration.
Okay.
All right. So what do we do? What did you see? All right, I'm listening now. What?
It was nothing. It was like these. It was like you had some kind of like energy coming out of here. Some kind of like. I don't know. I don't really know what it was. It might have been. It could have been. It could have been something spiritual or arcane, because Diara was way brighter than you are.
Yeah, I don't have that much magic.
But I don't know. I got
So
nothing.
you think there's something magical going on here? You're the magic boy. Can you like sense it or call it, or I don't know?
Not really. I could try and look for things that are kind of magically concealed, like invisible, but I don't know if that's what this is. I could try.
Yeah. I mean, what else we got going on? Can't even fart here.
He will hold his hands over his eyes and cast see invisibility.
Yeah. You Diara and Regiment, you watch as Umbra just kind of brings both palms of his hands up in front of his face and kind of covers his eyes. For a brief moment, the markings on his arms, there's a faint glow. It's soft, and Umbra, you feel kind of the energy around you just sort of shift, and when you pull your hands away from your eyes, everything has that weird. It's sort of like a slight. Everything is like one frame out of sync for a moment, and as you kind of watch Regiment and Diara stare at you again, very perplexed, you see them kind of their face react and then react again. You look around you and there's nothing. There's nothing behind you. There's nothing where Nulra was. But behind Regiment and Diara, as you turn back, you see something in the tree line rustling.
He will draw his bow and turn to face that direction and just silently nod in that direction to the others.
Daya's gonna unhook her sickle and just slip it into her hand.
Reginald will ready his great axe and be like, is she there? I'm gonna fucking kill her if she's just over there.
You turn around to where Umbra has kind of nodded, and you can just see brush and briar and bramble snap. And then you can just hear a kind of a no, as Mooney stumbles out of the brush. Her guna and her shawl slightly kind of torn. You can see the odd snap of bramble and stuff kind of caught in her hair or snagged at the hem of her dress. It's Mooney. Like she, and Mooney standing there. You see Redmond, Diara, and Umbra.
Immediately sprint and wrap arms around waist. Are you still? You're not large anymore, are you? Okay.
No, I'm still just 7 foot.
Oh yeah, wrap arms around waist. Oh my god, you're in.
Hi. Wow. Oh, I don't suppose you've seen any manticores around here, have you?
No.
But
we lost Nora. Do you have her?
I don't. But we should probably go and find her because I have a funny feeling that she might be in danger. Well, not a funny feeling as opposed to actual explicit confirmation that she actually is in danger from Mum. I've got a lot to fill you in on.
From your mum?
From our Mum.
From our mum?
Aye.
Elaine?
You remember Seamus and Tilly, don't you?
Wait, what? Yeah?
Well, I brought them along. And, oh yeah, actually, Mum's alive. Yeah. I don't know where she is, but I found a funny when I went to go get those sandwiches and got kidnapped and all that stuff there. Tilly is actually not bad at all. She's actually really dead on, and she's going to give us back Umbra's little potion thing. But in exchange, we have to go and do like a wee rebellion sort of thing and take back Cove. And I've got the funny idea that maybe we could use some manticores to do that. But I'm getting a wee bit ahead of myself now. Basically, in Tilly's little hideaway, she had a lot of treasures that she was going to use to buy a lot of sticks to take back Cove. But also in there, when we were doing a wee bit of inventory, I found like a wee shard. And I had a wee look in it. And the shard was sort of like a wee looking glass. And I saw myself, and that was really scary. But again, getting ahead of myself, I also saw Mum talking to someone, and she looked really good. Yeah, aye. But basically, she also told me that Nulla is in danger, so I don't know why we're standing around here.
Let's start with that.
Hello.
Well, yeah, but also you saying she's actually all right, but she's bribing you.
Is she? Who's brave? I've gotten myself a wee bit confused myself.
Oh no.
Where's Ma?
I don't know. She looked like she was in a really nice fancy room, and there was also another person there with her. And she was, she looked good, but she seemed a wee bit out of it almost. And Minnie's going to fish out, going through her bag to try and find the shards and pull out the wood and brassica. Oh, aye, and brassica's now made of wood. But again, ahead of myself, and she pulls out the shards. I saw her through this. Tilly said she got it in a temple somewhere, but she didn't really specify.
You see in Mooney's hand just pieces of blue and clear glass.
Can I take a piece?
Yeah, it's a small, jagged piece of glass.
She's not in here.
Is she not?
Mooney,
Or she was, though.
where is Nora?
I don't know. I thought
She
she was
was.
with you.
She was. She was here and points to the tracks. She was here, and the tracks stop there. And Reggie says, the air feels dense there.
I know, but he always thinks everything's a wee bit dense, though.
Big dense.
I tried
Well-
to fart and I couldn't. So I mean,
Oh. I could probably give you a wee bit of good berries to get, but I can't do that because I'm all out of spell
It is
slots
not
and
the
stuff
time
like
for
that.
roughage.
Minnie's going to whip out, hearing that the air is a wee bit dense. She's just going to do a little bit of Firbolg magic and use detect magic.
Uh-oh. Oh, there you go again. Sorry. I was
That's
laughing so
Nora
much I went
slipping
down
off from the
phone.
mortal plane.
Yeah, I was.
Laughing at all the fart jokes, but why aren't they looking for me?
sorry. Would you mind not speaking? You're being eaten by 2 manticores right now.
Time and place, Fiona.
Oh, get over it, Fiona. God, it's all about you.
Oh, I actually recognize that.
Mooney, you flick through the book, and 2 things occur to you at that moment. The first thing is, this time round, when you reached for your book, there wasn't anybody to hand it to you in the way that Brassica hands it to you. Secondly, as your hand lingers over the page, where the glyphs and sigils for detect magic are scattered on the page, all outside the margins and occasionally bleeding into the words and the drawings. They light up and you draw them from the page, and your head rings with magical energy.
Oh.
Everything in front of you, behind you, to your side, rings with magical energy. You are
God.
standing in. The only way for you to really make sense of it is, it feels as if you are standing in the middle. That same sensation, that same rush, that same feeling you get when you cast magic. That wave of energy that sort of ripples through you and leaves. It feels as if you're standing in the middle of that, amplified by 1,000.
Oh God, it is a wee bit dense, isn't it?
I told you.
God. Oh, where's Nolra?
In the dents, I think.
In the dense.
How do we get
God.
in?
Minnie's going to go through, take out that little diary, that journal, and flick through it. 'Cause she remembers reading something about, wasn't these manticores like enclosed in a magical space somewhere?
Yes. Because you have the diary, I'm not going to make you roll to try and recall it, but you remember the owner of the diary, a man by the name of Fargwell. One of the last entries that you documented was he knew that this would be the last entry he made, that to protect his children, to protect the manticores, he was going to not seal them away so much as prevent anybody from finding them. They were being hunted, and so undertaking dangerous alterations of magic. He, using the ritual to cast the spell Pass Without Trace, manipulated the rites and the laws that bind magic to create a space here in the woods that his children would be able to live freely in. there are, as you recall from the diary, 4 trees etched with the mark of Dovda that bear the spell Pass Without Trace on them. You found one.
So, I've got an idea. I think I know what's going on. I think this is like a wee magical forest, and I think that it'd be so much easier if I just showed you. And can Minnie retrace her steps back to that sigil?
Yep.
Come.
Mooney gestures for the 3 of you to follow, and tracing your way back through overgrown, wild brush.
We've tied up the horses, I'm assuming. Or are we still on the horses?
You have now. If you
Okay.
if you remember, you were passing your little camp area as well to rest. So you can tie up the horses there.
Make sure to get lots of rest because one of you is going to have to share.
Not it.
No, not really. Not if you not if you don't make it.
An urn is real small.
Yes, even for a Goliath,
You just melt right down.
you can carry your little baggies.
Ziploc bag for everyone.
like a little
Love my
butcher.
family.
But you follow Mooney back, and as you Mooney, as you lead everybody back, it's fairly easy to follow your footsteps and retrace them because, again, 7 foot tall, you've kind of trampled on everything to get through here, or broke your way through it. And they're about 15 minutes of a walk behind Mooney. She leads you into an area where the trees are dense, but the overgrowth hasn't had a chance to really clamber up and choke at them yet. You see an ash tree, and Mooney points to it, and all of you see that the bark has healed slightly. It looks a little overgrown, but there are clearly markings etched into it. And Umbra, you recognize the sigil of Dubda,
All right.
Goddess of Twilight.
So basically, I also found a diary of this man called Fargwell, and he had a bunch of pets. Well, he didn't have a bunch, he only had 2 of them, but he had some manticores that I'm trying to find. And they went on a wee bit of a rampage. I mean, he doesn't from time to time, but to keep them safe, he sealed them or hidden them behind like a sort of magical secret invisible forest, and I think this might be it. And he said in his diary that there were 4 sigils that hid the manticores, and I think this might be one of them. So if we just wreck this, do you think we might be able to find Nora?
Oh, sure, I'll give it a shot. Reginald's going to grab his great axe and
Bracket.
wreck it.
Wreck it, Reg.
Give me an attack. Okay, that has to go on a t-shirt. Oh, that would actually be class. I would love a Wreck-It Regiment t-shirt. I'll write that down. That's gonna, alongside the mason jars that Emma has. To make a t-shirt.
I'm just
Picture
carrying you
existence.
all along with the merch.
It's just him straining to fart on it, like.
Mason jars. Sell mason
Fart in the jars.
Fart.
Fart in the jars, yeah.
I'm not gonna
Give
do
me an attack roll, please.
with my great axe.
Please, yeah.
That is that is an 11.
Yeah, and the damage on that?
Yeah, 1 second.
What's the AC of a tree?
Another 11.
12. I missed. No. You all kind of you see Regiment kind of saddle up to the tree in that really sort of overly confident and overly cocky kind of way. And, gripping his great axe, he just kind of like Would Regiment spit on his hands in that way that woodcutters do to get a good grip?
100%, yes.
Okay, so he spits on his hands.
I feel like he would spit on his axe.
Spits on his axe as well.
I feel like he'd lick his hands. I don't think he's dignified enough to just spit
He's
on
not
him.
dignified enough to spit in his hands.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's so much worse.
Oh, gross.
And just kind of rearing back up as if he was about to swat the tree. All of you see Regiment's axe go clean through with one hit as it snaps through the trunk of the ash tree. Immediately, you see the bark all the way up along the trunk into the branches snap and twist and light. There's a pulse of energy as the tree falls over. The light blinks and bursts, and sparkles of energy just dissipate into the air. And for a moment, the air in front of the four of you ripples.
Wrecked it.
Hey.
Well done, Reg. We can hit an unmoving object.
We're not here, Nora.
You hear the ghost of Nulra whisper insults in your ear.
Ghost implies she's passed.
Someone's paying
He
attention.
said what he said.
Can I?
No, I'm sorry.
Gonna haunt you.
Yay!
Does
We
it
got
feel?
3 more though. We got 3 more, and there's like a big, it's like a big old forest.
I mean, did that not do anything? I mean, maybe the circuit's broken. Maybe it needed 4. Maybe 3 doesn't do anything.
Can I just gesture wildly into where I think the middle is and cast message to see if I can hear Nora now?
Yeah, what's your message?
Nora, can you hear us?
No.
Go away.
Go away, leave me alone.
You feel the magic as you cast it out, and the word, as you breathe energy and arcane life into the spell and those syllables, Diara, you feel it just sort of ripple out, and the whisper becomes an echo through the woods. It connects with nothing.
Oh no.
It didn't work.
Okay, so we need to go find the other 3 of them. Is Seamus and Tilly with me, or did they just?
There's no sign. I'm glad you asked, because there's no sign of Seamus or Tilly.
I assumed. Oh. Minnie's still. She's glad that they came back for her, so she's not. She's sad, but not, heartbroken.
He's holding
go.
loyal.
Yeah, great bunch of guys.
She doesn't tell them about the two hunters that came after her, because 1, she's probably forgotten, and 2 doesn't want to worry them.
Mortal peril. What was that?
Okay,
Just with that little thought, though, she very subtly casts mage armor on herself.
Probably for the best.
Metagame.
Oh, is she still banged up? Is Mooney fucked up?
Yeah, she looks like she's been in a scrap, but she's not, on death's door or anything.
He scratches.
Do you need like?
Nah, she's grand.
Jazz hands.
Do you need jazz
Always.
hands?
No, she's fine. She's lost 4 hit points. She's good.
Umber needs to
Okay.
work on his bedside manner. Imagine coming out a patient. I'll save you.
So we should probably maybe spread out and look along the trees and see if we can find any more of them.
Well, presumably they all enclose a certain area, so it's probably safe to assume that if we're heading towards the center of the forest, there's no point heading back out towards the roads, right?
So you think
So we
we can
just-
just kind of triangulate where the other ones are, is it? Or
Yeah, only it's a square. We gotta
It has a
square
protect-
angulate it.
Protector. Get it. So, do we split up? Well, like, what is happening? We'll
Minnie's
cover more
just-
ground.
Looking at the nearby trees.
So, Mooney, you're already looking at the trees. Okay.
Does she see
Well,
any?
I'm afraid not. No.
But she was looking so well.
Are there any woodland critters nearby?
Give me a perception check.
Perception. Let me get my
Oh,
perceiving
great. I hope
number
to
up.
God you roll. Sorry. Not that I want a player to roll low, but I just want to do a woodland critter voice.
Third person.
Roll for critters.
Hey, I'm a squirrel.
Perception. Oh, you might be okay. 13.
Oh my god, give Mooney her possum. Give her her possum.
You, Mooney, as you're kind of like investigating around, you're looking kind of for more marks on these trees. You spy a red squirrel kind of buried in its nest in the trunk of a tree, like a little burrow.
Hello, wee red squirrel. You alright?
I'd be a damn sight lot better if you got that petulant little man to just shoo away. I'd like to keep what's left of my home intact.
Oh, no, you should be fine. You don't have any weird markings on your tree, so we're not going to go around cutting it down any day soon. But speaking of which, did you know that wee marking on that tree over there? Are you familiar with it?
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm gonna use my advantage on the squirrel. 16.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he's already kind of pulled his tail up into his little paws and he's kind of grooming it a small bit, kind of nervously.
Oh.
I've seen one. And if I point you in its direction, you have to do me two favors.
Of course.
The first is make sure that little greasy man does not harm my house.
Of course.
And two, you don't tell Robert it was me that sent you towards his house.
Oh, so is that marking on somebody's house?
Yeah, he's so pompous about the whole thing. My house has artwork dinged on the outside of it. Oh, my house has this. Oh, my house gets wonderful. It gets all the light. Yeah, his house has the same markings on it. He never shuts up about it.
Oh, bless his heart. Do you know what direction wee Robert lives in?
Northwest.
Northwest. Thank you. What's your name, by the way?
Ellis.
Alice. Oh, thank you so much, Alice. I really do appreciate that. I don't really have anything to give you as a way of thanks, so I'm just going to walk away now, okay? Bye.
Just remember, I didn't tell you where it was.
Don't worry. And she goes back to her siblings. Okay, so I know where another one is.
Okay.
Alright, but we have to not cut the trees down because I think there might be homes for some wee animals. And they probably don't like having their houses sort of, destroyed.
We can just destroy the sigil. It probably does the same thing.
I've got a wee trick I want to try out.
Now, what I will say, Mooney, fire generally not the way forward there.
Okay. Okay, I'll try something else then.
We follow along. Umbra's like, I don't think we should. We're not splitting up, right? Because we just found everyone, and we already lost Nora. And if anyone else, if there's two Manticores, I don't know much about them, but if they went on rampages, then it's probably not good to go losing people to splitting up, right? We stick together.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody
Okay,
hold hands.
Nope.
Dayara puts her hand out.
Umber takes it and then puts it in Regiment's hand.
Why is it sticky?
Oh no!
She cleans it on herself.
You're the one who wanted to hold it. And he's just going to grab her wrist so it seems less like sort of intimate.
Just hold her by the fat of the elbow.
Fat in my elbow.
My friend at work does, and that's just how I hold him.
And a flat of his elbow.
Hi, Carl.
Can't wait to see your elbows.
Is lovely, Carl.
We go to Robert's house.
Yeah, okay, you go looking for Robert's house to the northwest. As you trundle through the woods, you're all kind of keeping an eye out, I assume, for a tree with the same markings on it as the one that Regiment so skillfully chopped down a short while ago. Everybody, give me perception checks or investigation checks, whatever you feel.
Oh, investigation.
Investigation.
That's a 13 from Umbra. He does still have, for what it's worth, not that it counts here, but he has see invisibility for another hour, and it lets him see invisible things and into the ethereal plane, for whatever that's worth.
Ooh.
I got an 8 investigation.
I got a 4.
21.
Yay!
Useful.
Umbra, you're, again, with everything kind of, everyone's kind of like a shadow of themselves, kind of operating that same kind of thing, one frame out almost. You spot something in the distance that is a constant. That even as your vision moves, the trees, the branches, the leaves, and the tall grasses and wildflowers that are kind of strangled by thorns and nettles, they all sway, but there's a fixed point that doesn't move, and that catches your eye. And just a little way up in it, you see Dayara standing about 4 feet from it, and she points, and then a frame of her points again. And Dayara, you have found another tree with the same runes and sigils on it as before.
I'm just gonna try and like carve a line through it with my dagger.
Give me an attack roll.
Sorry, Robert.
We don't know. Do we know about Robert? I don't think we know about Robert. Also an 11.
You taking your dagger, you scratch at the runes. Give me a damage roll.
Oh. 4. Wait, 5.
You scratch into the bark, and part of it kind of peels away. You don't see the same effect. You don't see the tree light up. You don't see the bark ripple or shimmer with light. But as you peel the bark away, there at the raw, exposed white yellow of the bare tree trunk, you see that whatever runes were carved into this have almost been burned or scorched into the trunk itself.
Yeah. Sorry, Robert. I think we're gonna have to chop it down.
Not
She looks
necessarily.
sadly at Mooney.
No, could I try something?
We ain't got much time, but go for it.
Alright.
Hold on, Nora.
Minnie's
Do you
gonna.
know in Breath of the Wild, every so often when Zelda's like, "Hi, Link, hello," I imagine it's that.
Yeah. Minnie's going to go over to where the where Diara's like carved into the wood, and she's going to take out her little spell book and just flick to a wee story about a little boy and his flute. And whenever he played the flute, he can make little insects dance. And she holds the book. She puts out her hand on the tree trunk, and looking at the glyphs in the margin, she casts infestation, and all the little insects that are drawn into the book that's illustrated onto it, they all come alive, and they all kind of like dance up her arm off of the book, around her shoulder, down across her other arm, and into the tree, and they just start
Dear God.
biting and eating away.
They are
Run.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
You all watch as in one hand Mooney's book that she carries with her everywhere. She flicks through it, and another hand she places on the trunk of the tree, and you see these little glowing little bugs sort of dance and march at the same time, kind of out of the pages of the book, up her arm, along her shoulders, and down her other hand, and sort of wrap around the tree.
They all look
And then
like the
the tree-
hungry caterpillar.
They do. But then the tree, you start to see kind of like shadows almost kind of form on the tree, or sort of bleed out from it. And for a moment it does, it just looks weird. And as you kind of peer closer, and there's a part of you that can't help but look at it, those shadows are moving. They're crawling as puddles of beetles have just crawled and burrowed out of the tree from the inside. And they scratch and they chew and they bite at the tree, burrowing deep down into it, and as they make their way towards the root of the tree itself. At that moment, you see the tree light up with that same shimmer as the one that Redmond cut down. And the light flickers, and then there's a burst of energy from it, like a dandelion that has just sort of puffed, and the light dissipates. And again, there's a rippling of energy around you, and you see the forest, the trees almost bend for a second, and then everything returns to normal.
Oh, it worked.
So where's the next one?
That was intense.
Well,
Well, if we know where two are, just go kind of the same place
Yeah.
but opposite, you know?
I mean, if we're assuming we went northwest, one was southeast, we're going to assume one is east and one is south of here, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
To point, you came from the south. You went northwest. So you followed Mooney back south to find the tree that she came from. So you have destroyed one at the south. You have traveled northwest. So you have most likely destroyed the tree on the western side of this casting. So you have a tree or a mark on the north and a tree on the east to find.
Okay. Okay, so north person then round the east, I guess. But yeah, this one did look different from the others, like a little bit, just kind of that I could see with the spell cast. So once we get kind of closer north, maybe it'll be easier to spot that way.
Will
Yeah.
you lead the way? You sound so smart right now.
No, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I'm worried about Nora.
Same.
I'm sure she's fine. She's the strongest one I know. And then she looks at Reggie and says, "No offense."
Yeah, well, I mean, she didn't win any awards for her strength, but I did. But it's fine.
Mooney looks slightly offended.
Just everyone's like, what the fuck?
When you come get my
What was
body, I
that
want
thing?
Regiment to be the only pallbearer by himself. Then we'll see who's strong, okay?
Noted.
Her last will and testament says the rest of us have to fill it with rocks.
That you point at, and Regiment has to fetch to put it into the coffin. As the four of you kind of make your way north, trying to follow the directions from the first tree that you had destroyed at the southern tip, all four of you give me a perception check.
Sure. Why do we always lose perception?
Oh, 1.
13.
15.
One sec. Why can't I find my perception? I always lose it. Sorry. Found it. That is a 9.
Okay. Umbra, as you make your way to the north, that breeze that was kind of wafting around, up to now, all you've kind of smelled is the forest and the woods themselves. You haven't noticed anything different. But as you kind of draw slightly closer to the edge of that clearing, that camp, that rest point that you were at, where you lost track of Nulra, a sick taste catches in your mouth and in your nose. And at first, it doesn't make any sense. It's that weird thing of you're trying to remember, what is that? What is that smell? It's blood. You smell blood. And the fact that you're picking it up on the wind, there's a lot of it. Too much of it.
He won't voice that to the rest, but he will quicken his pace significantly.
All of you kind of see Umbra suddenly kind of pick up the pace, and keeping up with them, he doesn't say anything, but as you try to keep pace with him, you're looking for anything that would have the mark on it at all. And you come to, you can see the road that you had been following. This is past the encampment. There are several trees, and you inspect them. None of the trees bear the sigil, but there are several that seem to have fallen over, or have been felled, or have been battered by winds.
Was the last one an ash tree as well?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Okay, so the damage. Are there anything resembling claw marks? Let's say just picking it at random there. Let's say claw marks, maybe.
Give me an investigation check.
That is 13.
It's kind of hard to tell. You do see several that have taken a brunt of damage. You don't know if it's by an animal. You don't see anything that looks like it's been quite clearly scratched. But then you've never seen the damage a Manticore Claw could do. You don't know if it's razor-like. You don't know if it's if it's jagged. This could easily have just been a hunter or a swordsman maybe practicing, but you don't. You come across an ash tree as you search. It has been the base of the tree still stays rooted in the earth, but somebody has cut it. Somebody has chopped this tree down. You see several branches of it lying around. The trunk is missing.
This could be good, it could be bad. We could only have one left. There could be one hidden away somewhere.
Hidden away, like buried?
Probably not. That's just like planting it, right? That's just a normal tree then.
But the roots are still there.
Guess they could have buried it. I don't know if the magic
Should
will
I-
keep that way.
Should I just trash the rest of it, or
Maybe it's the roots that's what's causing it.
all right?
Maybe you should just uproot it.
Okay. Regiment's gonna try use his hands to pull it out of the ground.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Can I assist him by using the mold earth cantrip to try to excavate it a wee bit?
Yep. You can give me that athletics check with advantage.
All right. That's 18 the first time. And that's 14, so 18.
You watch as Regiment goes to pull the tree trunk out of the earth. And at the same time, Mooney just kind of squats down and just kind of buries her hands into the soil, kind of scratching at the top layer of the top soil. As you dig, Mooney, you feel the roots, Regiment, underneath. You kind of feel the ground shifting under your own boots. You pull at the edge, and you see Diara and Umbra on the opposite side of the tree trunk where Regiment is pulling from. Several roots just sort of snap, and there's a fresh smell of earth that catches in your nose. Diara, Umbra, all you smell is blood. And there is a faint shimmer of light as the tree is uprooted and pulled from the ground itself.
Wreck it.
Yeah, did I do it?
There was no burst. Maybe
There
you
was
need
a
to hack it.
All right.
It's something.
Minnie tries the infestation again on the roots and just try to get them to gnaw through it all. Completely sever the nerve.
Okay. As you, Mooney, as you place a hand and cast infestation on the trunk of the tree again, and again these black and blue beetles just sort of pool and swarm over the trunk. All of you kind of watch, and Diara, staring down into the hole where Regiment pulled the trunk free, you see a face looking up at you, withered
What?
and mummified.
There's a body. There's a body in the
What?
hole.
Regiment will leave over. That's
And then he
creepy
leans
as
over.
fuck.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
not me.
You all right, love?
There's no answer.
Oh god. When he gets a real close look at them, are they wearing clothes? Is there anything discernible about them?
No, the skin is the skin, like what skin is there, has been kind of stretched and pulled back, like it's just dehydrated and has rotted into it. You can see parts of the bone and jawline exposed. It's just the kind of the chin and a kind of a corner of its face just exposed to ye.
Can we tell if it's been decomposing for a while? Can we do some carbon dating?
I mean, just by looking at the face. No.
Was there anything that Minnie can remember in the journal that indicated that there might be some weird ass necromancy going on?
Nope. Just that Fargwell knew he was going to die.
Can we
was
see
no-
any points where like the body meets the roots, or like the roots aren't growing from the body or intertwined with the body in any way? It's just positioned there beneath the tree.
Beneath the tree, yeah.
Is there clothes on it, or is it skeletal, or...
Again, you can just see face. The rest of it seems to be buried.
Minnie's gonna cantrip mold earth and try to excavate more of the earth.
That's got to be the most useful spell you've taken ever.
Oh my grease! Minnie fills the hole with grease.
And the body just bubbles up.
Yay!
Blum.
She lifts the body in triumph.
It's too slippy, it falls out of her hands.
Get the Beatles to fill it and animate it.
Yay! No, she's not going to do that. She's going to do mold earth and.
Yeah, again, Mooney, you, with no sort of hesitance, you plunge a hand into the soil and you begin to swirl it around, and all of you see the earth around this corpse shift in place, like a whirlpool of dirt. And where you find, where you kind of shift the earth around, you find a hard stick in the ground. And to you, and your connection to the spell that you are casting, the stick is the body. And you find it's not lying horizontally. This body is standing. It has been planted. And you just reach under the stick, and the dirt beneath your hand shifts, and the dirt beneath the corpse firms as you pull it up. And all of you just see this decayed body just drawn out of the earth, and it kind of stands before it kind of falls over in a lump. You've found the corpse of what appears to be a half-elf man. The clothes are, if there was color in them, faded or become soaked with dirt. And what was its bodily fluids and the moisture in the earth around it. You spot two things immediately that without having to roll it. First is the mark of Dovda and the spell carved into the flesh. Secondly, the man's hands are bound behind his back.
Oh, Fargo was not good.
Go team! And Reggie holds a hand up to Mooney.
She can't leave him hanging.
Priorities.
So I found the second mark. Do you think that there were bodies under all of the trees?
No.
We can check later.
I don't
Okay.
think we gotta check. I mean, under all of them is more likely than under just one of them, right? What's under one of them doing?
Oh, God.
Then why didn't we have to dig up the other bodies?
Well, I don't
Maybe-
think we had to dig up this one, if I'm being totally honest.
But maybe the other
the-
ones were bodies and then they became a tree. Do you know what I mean? Because this one looks like it was probably growing or something.
I don't know. But this one's got the mark, so we're going to have to destroy the mark.
All right.
Then he steps back.
No, hang on. Can I try this one? I'd like to at least kind of do it with some dignity.
Yeah. Maybe, like, untie his hands as well. This doesn't feel good. Not like that.
Untie his hands from his body.
I mean, he's rigged to the point of I don't know what that's gonna. And Umbra is kind of like rolling up his sleeves and kneeling down. Is the body laid out now? It's not still stood, right?
It fell over in a heap.
He leans down over it and he says, "You will actually have to step away because this is kind of a thing, you know." Go on.
Okay.
Get. And he will place his hands one over the other on the body's
And-
chest.
As you do that, give me a charisma saving throw.
You hate to see it. You truly hate to see it.
Did it cast charm?
Don't forget your inspiration,
Friends.
James.
I have not forgotten my inspiration. But I don't need it because that's an 18 on the dice for a dirty 20.
Way, get wrecked, corpse.
You may continue your action, Umbra, but as you place your hands on the corpse, the body, you feel something, and you see something beyond the ethereal plane as it moves towards you, racing. It's as if the wind itself has taken form, and a spectral force just rushes straight towards you. And as a hand reaches out to grab yours, you pull back. And the four of you just see a spectral hand just rise up from the corpse. We cut to Nulra.
I'm not ready. Oh my god, I'm freaked out.
And we're also going to take our break there as well. 'cause
I want to turn on the light. I'm really fucking scared. It's too dark in here.
gosh.
They're gonna
Oh my
get
gosh.
me.
Okay, we are taking a break.
Okay.
I do need. So hydrate, turn on a light if you're Fiona and you're scared of ghost hands. Stretch, have a bite to eat. Just throwing it out there. If you're not following us on social media, check us out at D8 Dungeon. Come on over to our Discord server. Check out the amazing art by Radius Ulma and other fans of the shows who contributed songs. There was a song written about one of our shows, which is insane and amazing. So, and we're all there, so you can come and hang out with us, and we can tell spooky stories and we can scare the crap
Go
out of you.
browse the Rook and
Brady
the
could just
Raven.
stay and have pillow
And
fight.
also go buy Rook and the
Go
Raven
buy
and
some
stuff, and
things.
use
You deserve
D8
it.
as your code. Yeah,
I go
okay,
fart in
over to
some
you.
dense air.
and keep and trap it in a mason jar.
Yeah, trap it in a jar.
Like a ghost.
Anyway, on that, sorry, I was typing chat commands waiting for you to stop talking about farts. We're going to intermission now. All right, goodbye, everyone. See you soon.
Farts.
blah, blah, blah.
All dogs are
Meow,
alive.
meow, meow,
And we're
meow,
back.
meow. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Wow.
Wow.
Those captures.
Emotional damage.
But
Emma
if
just
you
broke
close
me.
your eyes-
I can't play anymore.
You all right?
You're
Okay.
muted, Declan.
I think he
Damn
means
it,
to be.
you missed the funny, witty thing I was going to say about
Oh.
killing Nolra. Anyway, so
Oh.
I'm just
Nothing
gonna-
new there.
I'm just making my attack roll, so don't worry about it, babes.
What?
Okay.
No, I believe no. What? What?
Explain
No,
to me why I can't make an attack roll.
Because I took my magic potion.
Oh, yeah.
I believe. Sorry, did someone not say to me that they'd like a moment or two before they took their magic potion?
Well, like I just wanted to have a little internal monologue, but that doesn't mean I want to get bitten
Oh well, you'll get
or
okay,
or scratched
you may have your internal monologue,
or tail whipped
but I will be taking a bite out of you.
after I get my magic powers.
You don't even know what they do yet.
No, I don't.
Does this internal monologue have Ocean's 11 bongos?
It does now.
Nice.
I hope the potion doesn't mean like I'm extra tasty for manticores.
Ooh.
It's like manticore catnip.
Yeah, it is actually.
It's gravy.
Yeah. It's the jelly from the Felix pouches that you're like.
Oh yeah, and they just eat the jelly and leave the meat.
Yeah. So they're going to eat your jelly and leave your meat.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
No, no. Ugh.
No. Anyway, let me just. Nolra, you reached for the bottle, the vial of liquid that was left as a gift, a blessing, a reparation from Ilaria, from Boss, whoever she is, the woman that you called mother, mom for so long. And as you reach for the bottle and you open it, again, the liquid lights up in your hand, and it catches in the eyes of Navish, the purplish green manticore that has been wailing on you, and you've equally been taking kind of chunks out of her. Behind you, you hear Avarix skulking, lying, and waiting to pounce. And as you bring the liquid to your lips, there's a strange sensation. It feels as if any of the nerves in your lip quiver. They shake for a moment. They catch on fire, but it's not pain. There's a brief moment of ecstasy. And as you throw the vial back and the liquid pours into your mouth, what is Nolra thinking?
Sorry, my own manticore has just approached me right now. I'm just giving some quick rubbies.
Okay, I'll roll for his damage as well.
Yeah, you be quiet. So it felt like an alien, but also I got that feeling of ecstasy from swallowing this thing.
Yeah.
I think like Nolra's in a bad way right now, and she can feel like that deep gash down her side. She can feel the chunks. She can feel where the tail spikes pierced her, and she rarely feels this vulnerable, but when she does, it hits her hard. And she can see that one in front of her that's nearly gone, but then the other one, Navish, appeared, or Avrix appeared behind me. And she's terrified, genuinely terrified. And She can feel herself, even though she hates crying and she's never cried in front of the others. They've never seen her cry. She just feels like those emotions take over. She feels the tears just spilling out of her eyes. And she's shaking, and like her hand holding the vial is shaking. And she just says to herself, like, you told me I had a purpose, Mom. You told me, and I knew I was useless, and I knew I couldn't do it. And without realizing, she raises a hand up and just runs a finger along the scar over the tattoo on her chin. And I can't go through this again. I can't. You told me that I meant something, and I can't fail them. I can't. And if this is what it takes, this is what I have to do. And that's what makes her take the potion. She doesn't want to. She doesn't know what this is going to do, but she's stuck. She's between a rock and a hard place, and she has no other option. And she just feels utterly and totally useless and a failure.
The liquid pools in your mouth, and as you swallow it back, it's like a lump of ice that catches in your throat. And there's a burning sensation, that same burning sensation at the edge of your lip, where the ebb of the contents of the vial kind of just caught it for a moment before you slugged it back. That burning sensation, as the liquid trickles down the back of your throat, you feel it. You feel it catching and seeping and just being absorbed through your body. It feels like it's like a cold fire, a sensation that it's like you've plunged naked into a frozen lake. Like your lungs are taking their first breath all over again. And it is an utterly intoxicating sensation. You feel, though you're aware of Vavish in front of you and Avrix behind you, you feel control of yourself slipping. You feel you are you, and then you are outside yourself. You feel as if you are part of something greater, as if you don't even exist at all. It is both pleasurable and terrifying. And then as everything kind of becomes this overwhelming sense, and your sight and your hearing and your taste, all of it, all your senses just sort of become a blur, a swirling, overwhelming noise. Beyond you, you see a battlefield strewn with bodies, men, women, beasts of all shapes and sizes, clawing, tearing, cutting, and stabbing at each other. And everything feels amazing. Everything feels as if this scene before you is not something to be frightened of, but something to be celebrated. The glory and awe of war and battle, the passion of hearts inflamed. And then you feel a cold wind just whip and snatch past you, and your whole body turns into it, embracing it. And you see a frozen tundra. You see tall pine trees buried beneath waves of snow. And you hear someone shouting. You hear the snarling of beasts. You hear children crying. And it all feels so familiar. And there's a snarl of teeth, and there's a rush of pain, and there is the hot taste of blood in your mouth, There's the weight of clothes soaked with water, dragged down by snow, and tiny limbs barely able to carry themselves. And you hear the voice of a man, hoarse and raw, scream, Nulra. Run. And then there's silence. And everything goes dark. And then there's Ilaria. And the Red Orchard. And Umbra. Diara. Mooney. And Redmond. And it's home. But it's not real. What's real is the heart that now beats fast and heavy in your chest. What's real is the smooth handle of your axe gripped in your fingers, the fibers of the wood, the heavy weight of the iron, a familiar sensation, an extension of yourself, now light as air. Your body heaves and throbs, and you feel mighty. You feel powerful. You feel completely and utterly unstoppable. You feel rage course through your blood, and the air around you hot. The smell, the sweet smell of sweat, the pressure building around you, the edges of thunder rumbling overhead, and a storm that threatens to just rip itself open. The threat of rain, the threat of fangs, the thrill of fight. Your eyes open, and Kaga's wrath pours through you. Mechanically, I will give you a brief. Actually, write this down. Yeah, thank you.
I'm ready.
Ready? Kaga's wrath. In combat, Nulra, your attacks will all crit for X rounds, where X equals your proficiencies.
Okay.
All damage that you do for the duration of this, which is your proficiency, which I believe is 2. So for 2 rounds, all damage you do is critical.
Ooh.
Attack roll, please.
Fuck yeah. Oh my goodness. 17.
You that hits. Yeah, you're swinging at Navish.
She's just about hanging on the ground.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I think feeling this power coursing through her, it will shock her because she was giving up, essentially. She didn't want to, but that she was. So now with this newfound power, she's not even going to take the time to try and comprehend what's going on. She just knows that she needs these 2 things to be killed because they threatened Diara, they threatened her family, and she can't have that. She doesn't even feel him behind her right now. She just wants to end the one in front of her. Swiftly.
Okay.
She doesn't want it to hurt. To the neck, please.
Oh, roll for damage.
4, 6, 12.
Double. That's 6 doubled.
Oh, so plus my basic 12 dice, so 24.
Yeah. Okay. As you come to your senses, and it's a heightened sense of yourself, you let your great axe slip from your grip for a moment, locking eyes with Navish, who even now laying on the ground still has a snarling smugness painted on her face. A deep cut across her back hind leg where you snagged her with the edge of your great axe. She goes to speak, and you can see it. You can see the fibers in the muscles in her jaw work. You see everything as if it has been slowed down. And as the blood pumps through, you see thick green veins in her neck. And as the axe slips from your hand, in the last moment before it would be gone from your grip, you swing and turn your entire body, gripping the great axe like it was a pen. And in a 360 motion, you cleave Navisha's head from her body. It rolls to the ground, that same smug snarl painted on it. But in her eyes, there's a flash of surprise and a flicker of fear. And then they go dark. And there is a howling cry from Avarix. Bonus action.
Is there anything? He's behind me, isn't he?
And you've seen him. You know he's there.
Is there anything? Do I remember? Is there anything behind him, like between me and him?
There's the embankment and up into the woods and the trees again.
She's just going to take a chance, and she's going to use her movement to just push back and hope that she comes in contact with something.
You're going to push back into him, is it?
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check. Are you trying to like throw yourself on him?
Yeah, like crush him essentially. I don't know, but again, I'm taking the chance. She obviously can't remember exactly what's behind her, but
give me an athletics check with disadvantage.
Okay. 17 was the lowest.
Okay, 12 was mine. Okay. It doesn't matter. As quickly as you take Navisha's head from her shoulders, you throw yourself back with full force. Give me a roll of a d6.
Ooh, a 6.
Okay. Now Declan does basic math. Okay, there we go. You just force you feel yourself just shove straight back, the heels of your boot smashing into the dirt to get a full strength. And again, you feel your body connect with Avarix's. He howls in anguish and pain at seeing his sister beheaded in front of him. But before he has a chance to claw or bite, you slam straight into him, right into the dirt. On top of him, you hear a crunching snap as you break several ribs. Of his, not yours, obviously.
Mine are probably fucked already.
Okay, give me a strength check, please.
Strength check. Okay, let me have a go.
And you are attempting to beat a 14.
Okay.
Just for the sake of this, I'm saying he's grappled.
I assume I'm still considered to be enraged.
Raged,
Declan?
you are indeed.
So I get advantage on my strength checks. 18 was my highest.
Okay. He desperately scrambled, and you feel his claws scratch into you as you lay on top of him, kind of pinning him to the ground. He's trying to scramble out from underneath you, tearing as he goes. You have him pinned and effectively knocked prone. It is your action. Your last action before Kaga's wrath wears off.
Okay. She would stand up and spin and just let out a scream and fling herself around, and whatever tears were still on her face are just, they're gone. And she knows this has to end. So again, like brother, like sister, she's going to go for the neck of him.
Okay. Make an attack roll, please. And he's prone, so you have advantage.
Okay. What is that? Oh, I thought it was a 20. It's a 19. 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
12, 13, 14. Again, basic math. Give me a sec. 20. That's with my 12 added.
Okay. You, again, axe in hand, having kind of pushed yourself off of him, up onto your feet, you swing the axe kind of up and over, and you go to bring it straight down at the joint where his neck and shoulder meet. He brings a claw up, and you bury it straight through. You haven't quite cut it off. as he kind of protects himself, you have kind of split his front right claw in two pieces. He lets out a howling roar of pain. Bonus action.
No, she's just gonna fix her grip on the axe and reef it back out from the wound that you make.
As you kind of pull the axe back, you just hear like a whisper. Diara call out your name. And you look over your shoulder, but there's nothing there. There's nobody there. And then all the energy in your body, that adrenaline that coursed through you, that rage, subside. And there's a disconnect that you've never felt before with who you are. That closeness, that familiar sense of family, ancestral, that connection to who these people made you be is severed. You cannot rage again until you long rest, and you now have 2 points of exhaustion.
Fuck. Oh, thanks, man. Cool. Oh, Declan. Shit.
With that, Averix kind of lifts himself up. I will kill all of you. And he snarls and he kind of limps forward. And he goes to bite. And does a 12 hit.
No, finally.
He snaps out with his teeth. And when he does, at the same time, you see his tail flick for a moment. 16 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and sorry, I should have rolled my damage at the same time. And 11 piercing damage.
My rage is gone, isn't it?
It is.
So am I.
A shard from its tail whips out. And as you go to bring your axe up in defense, having kind of taken a step back, you feel all that strength leave your body. And the shard just explodes from its tail, and it catches you right into the shoulder. You feel it bury and burst through skin and bone. And you just feel your whole body go limp and heavy. And your legs buckle from beneath you.
She would just, in her like last moment of consciousness, she's just going to shout it, "No, stay back." And he's probably going to think it's directed at him, but it's not.
Right behind him, as you fall, and you see him limp towards you, his maw, just the mouth opening and blood now seeping out with that thick saliva. You just hear a low and you hear a man's voice roar. "Nulra, little one, run." And everything goes dark.
Oh, Declan.
And we cut back to the four of you. And everyone's waving bye. Ghost hands, everybody. Ghost hands.
Fuck. Declan.
What a horrible bastard.
Oh no.
I like to think of myself as a pretty good storyteller / horrible bastard.
That's why you're a horrible bastard, because you're so good at it.
Don't worry, we'll save you.
Okay, can I get don't oversell it there, Mooney.
Oh no.
We'll do our best.
Can I get initiative rolls, please, from the four of you?
Oh, mother of mercy.
Oh, no. 3.
Oh, not one.
Okay.
We are family.
Family.
We're all gonna die in a sec.
Please don't come and rescue me.
Another dirty 20.
Nice.
That's my third one of the night. Filthy.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
We are
That's
using
fun.
the tracker again, right? The initiative tracker, just so I can.
We will, yes. Also, Emma, you are on mute in case you have voiced your roll.
Yes, 12. Sorry, thank you.
Okay. And okay, I got a 15. Oh, sorry, Ghost Hand got a 15. So, Umbra, you are up first. You've all just seen the spectral hand emerge from the corpse in front of you.
Ugh.
Okay, so yeah, no, key thing. For all intents and purposes, in the corpse, like
Yes, in the-
occupying the same space as the corpse
trying
for
to-
combat.
trying to pull itself out of the corpse.
Great. Okay. Well, look, that's
My favorite.
that's dandy. So it is. He's going to carry on with what he had been doing ahead of this, which was he was in the midst of casting Word of Radiance, which is you utter a divine word and burning radiance erupts from within you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range, which is 5 feet, must succeed in a con save or take 1d6 radiant. The con save is 13. If it fails, it takes 2 whole radiant damage.
Ooh,
If it succeeds, it takes no damage.
it did fail.
2 whole radiant damage.
I don't know what to do with myself.
Is it down?
Surprisingly, no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Umbra, as you reached out to place your hands on this, and you felt this thing try and connect with you, you shrug it off, you push it away, but you don't let go of the corpse, and you feel the energy, the magic energy around you, just catch. And a white light begins to emanate from the marks on your hands that becomes white flickers of flame. And you see them flick and hiss and whip out at the spectral form emerging from the corpse. It doesn't seem to be utterly phased by it.
That's understandable. It wasn't very much damage. He will... I think out of sheer panic, he'll just back up, potentially taking an opportunity or whatever. He just scoots back.
Okay. Yeah, I tell you what, it is going to make an attack roll on you. For 13 to hit. Which does hit.
No. He's an armored boy.
Oh, is he? That's interesting. That's not what it says there on your character sheet.
Yeah, it is. It's got an AC of 18. Now, if his
I'm not
armor
gonna-
wasn't equipped, it would be much lower.
Oh, I was like, sorry, on mine, it's suddenly changed to 16. Oh, that's obviously the initiative order changing, because I was like, it says 11, you big liar.
No,
That's no, that's fair enough. The hand, as it kind of emerges from the body, it does reach out to grab you. You slip away. Like you kind of stumble back. And as the hand reached, it presses down onto the corpse, and emerging from it, you see a form of a half-elf spectre. A man wearing ragged-looking robes, a rope belt hanging from his waist, several pouches. He stares at the four of you, eyeing each of you with a terrifying look. Can all of you give me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, gosh. Mooney, move that earth back.
Oh no.
I'm going to choose to use my inspiration here.
Mine's
Oh,
good.
balls.
I might do the same.
I got an 18 on my saving throw.
Okay.
12.
I used my inspo, but I got 14.
9.
Diara and Umbra, you feel this thing look into who you are, and you are both frightened. You are terrified by this creature, and as you are frightened, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls against it, and you cannot get closer to the creature.
Do we get to like save again on our turns, or is it just?
Yes. Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
No, at the end of your turn. Yeah, at the end of each of the turns. Yep, bingo.
Okay.
Done. And then Redmond, you're up, and you are not frightened.
Great. I'm going to run at it with my great axe. So let me see to hit. That is, that was nearly in that one. That is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. All right. Okay. So there's a few things I can do here. So firstly, that takes 11 damage.
Okay.
And then can I use my fire rune, which is when I hit a creature with an attack using a weapon, you invoke the rune, blah, blah, blah. If the target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage and must succeed on a strength saving throw, which is a DC 12. So let me roll the 2d6. There's a 6 on the first one. And 1 on the second one. That could have been better. Cool. And then there's something else I can do, so bear with me.
What's the strength saving throw for? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Strength saving throw, 12 save must be... Okay. Then you get restrained for 1 minute. So while restrained by the shackles, the fiery shackles, the target takes 2d6 fire damage at the start of each of its turns. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, banishing the shackles on a success. Once you invoke this... So did you...
No, it failed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you keep rolling that at the start of each of your turns or take 2d6.
Okay.
And then, bear with me. I took a feat, which is called Slasher, so you can reduce the creature's speed when you deal slashing damage. So I would like to do that. So you also gain the ability to wound a creature on a critical hit, but I didn't do that. So, so I'm going to reduce the creature's speed as well.
Okay. You, Regiment, you just charge past Umbra, swinging your great axe upwards. It just whooshes through the air. And again, there is a moment where, as the great axe swings, you feel it sort of glide through something, but it feels like cutting at thick fog. And then
dense air, or
dense air, almost you might say. As it does, though, you do see chains just sort of erupt out of the iron of the axe. Chains made of stone and iron and fire. And they coil around the spectral form of this creature, and it is captured. It is wrapped in them, and the fire catches at the edges of it, as it sort of rings and resists and tries to tear itself free from the shackles. Was that your bonus? That was your action and your bonus action?
I don't think any of them were bonus actions.
Okay.
But I am okay. Oh wait, once on each of your turns, one of your attacks with the weapon can deal an extra 1d6 damage. Okay, let me do that as my bonus action. Am I right, James? Am I doing anything?
Oh, I don't know. Well, sure.
Oh, I love that. I love how James doesn't know the rules when it comes to helping his teammates, but when it comes to screwing over the DM.
Are you kidding me? King Rat over here.
That's another three damage there. Yeah.
Because if you want me to rat in your favour, Declan, I've got stuff in the tank.
Shut up, you shut up.
Okay.
Now I'm done.
Go back to the thing.
Can I disengage? No, I can't. Sure, I can't. So it's fine.
Diara, your turn.
So we can attack. It's just at disadvantage.
Ability checks are at disadvantage.
It's both, yeah.
And attacks. Yeah, ability checks and attacks, sorry.
Okay. She is going to cast Bane. Your favorite spell.
Love that spell.
Have you ever played a game with any of us that didn't involve Bane being heavily
No,
heavily
that didn't
used?
involve any of you trying to literally stop me from doing the things that I need to do as a DM. No, never. Yeah, never happened. What's my saving throw?
13.
And it's charisma, correct?
Yes.
That is a 5, so it has been baned.
Aha, get Bane.
Sorry, do you roll that at disadvantage?
Totally. Well, I don't have to roll anything.
No, I don't get advantage on that, do I?
No.
No, she found it. She found a way to beat the system.
Yay!
Have you been coaching her?
No, but I am very proud.
The ultimate
Yeah.
compliment.
Diara, as you feel your whole body just tremble, and that a cold shiver runs down your back, you don't know where you find the courage, but you whisper just a silent prayer to yourself, and you focus on the obstacle in your path, this ghost, and you cast the magic from you, and it becomes like a quiet curse, and you see the creature twist against the chains that Regiment bound it in. Bonus action.
Bardic Inspiration 2. Mooney.
To me?
Mooney, it is your action.
It's my go.
You are inspired.
Minnie's going to see the ghost, and she's going to see how Regiment's axe just went through it like it was nothing, and she's going to prepare a spell, and she's going to aim it instead at the ghost, at the corpse, specifically for the sigil that's been carved into its chest. She's going to cast Fireball, aiming for the sigil.
Okay.
And that's what does Bardic do again?
Add it to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Is it 1d6?
Yes.
I'll get that ready just in case. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Another nat 1.
Boo.
Did you use your inspiration already?
Yeah, on talking to the squirrel. Which I do regret.
Priorities.
Yeah, I regret nothing. No regrets.
Roll the damage, Mooney.
Oh, shit the bed.
I used my inspiration talking to
Talk to the squirrel.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, that's 9. 9 fire damage.
You hold your hand up with the spell book in it, the page for Fireball, and the story of the little matchstick girl. And then you don't hear anything. And you stare down into the bag, and you see Brassica looking up at you, his little wooden eyes. And the spell goes wrong for a moment. The words become kind of cloudy or hazy. And the fire erupts in your hands, and you just see blisters burn into your hand as you are scorched.
No.
9 fire damage. Mooney.
My furry little hands.
And Umbra, you are... bonus action, Mooney.
A bonus action. I don't think I have very good bonus actions. Can I try something?
Sure.
Because I need to check first. Am I making stuff up, or did you say at some point that I had I was given the feat for the familiar feat? What do you call it? Let me check. Hang on. Stop looking at me.
Please hold.
Please hold.
Talk amongst yourselves.
There we go. Feats. What was it called?
Sorry.
Bonded Familiar?
For all intents purposes, yes.
I'm going to use my bonus action to use a telepathic bond and see if I can reach out to Brassica, see if I can feel him.
I thought you were going to say the squirrel.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing there.
Come to me.
Oh no, I'll mark that off. She's going to cry a little bit.
Oh, Mooney.
Oh,
Umbra.
That's terrible sad altogether, so it is.
oh.
I came from your big toe.
I have 2nd degree burns and no badger.
Oh.
We should play Pathfinder. I don't like this game anymore.
Me neither.
Oh.
Quiet, you're dead.
What? She can be a ghost. She can't be a ghost. Can she come and fight for
There's already
us?
one ghost here. Okay.
Use this time
Sorry.
constructively, Fiona, to roll up a Pathfinder character.
I could be a goat.
So, like heart pounding, vision blurring out of just sheer panic. Umbra continues to scramble back and holds a hand up unthinkingly, and is going to cast Moonbeam centered on the spot where the corpse and ghost are.
Okay.
It's 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. They have to make a con saving throw DC 13 or take 2d10 radiant, half on a successful save.
Well, it failed on its save. You got an 8.
Okay. 2d10 radiant is
I actually got a 4.
2 damage.
All right. It got a 6. Sorry, I rolled Bane. Apologies. So it took 2 damage. Brilliant. Wunderbar, as they say in Germany.
Where?
No.
Where the
Sorry,
game
I-
is famously set.
Ghost says Wunderbar. Yeah. Umbra, you concentrate on the. You try to find the energy for the spell as much as you want to run, and you find yourself unable to almost look at this creature. You muster the courage and the energy to cast it out, and a shimmering wave of light just sort of erupts around it, and you see the creature kind of recoil for a moment, and then it seems to just shrug off the energy. Bonus action?
None at all. For your benefit, Moonbeam hangs out for a while. Its concentration, and it takes the damage again. It takes the damage when it enters the area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there. So I don't know if that means it's going to take it again this round. I've never quite figured that out. I'll leave that up to you.
So I've always taken it as the top of your turn as long as you keep the spell going.
Cool.
That's just me, and I'm sure there might be other DMs in here that
No, yeah, that's
do it
cool.
again on its turn, but I just do it at the top of your turn as long as you keep the spell going.
Yeah, I can understand why you'd be afraid of this 2 radiant damage. That
It's terrifying. I'm quivering,
Yeah.
really. I love how Regiment did way more damage with an axe against this thing when it has huge resistance, to non-magical attacks. And there's our magic caster who's done 4 in total.
Well, when Regiment needs to see something that's invisible and slightly wavy.
Sorry, you actually can't clap their money. You've only got one hand since it's on.
Ow.
Oh, God.
Ow.
Ow.
Owie, get the burnies. All of you see the spectral form of this man vanish.
Oh.
Can you do that in the shackles?
Yep.
You can't move more than 10 feet.
Didn't say he moved. He just vanished.
Can Umbra still see
Doing a
him?
Mooney.
You can actually still see him, Umbra.
Eat it, Regiment!
I thought she was going to spit it out there.
Yes, you are the better person in this round.
Still no.
Great.
Yeah, all of you see it disappear. Umbra, it's still there, but it doesn't look the same. It looks like a shadow of itself, as if it's on a different plane. It is Regiment.
Where'd it go? He can't leave. I shackled him.
I don't think you know how handcuffs work.
I know I do, yeah.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Lucky Tilly.
Shut up, it's still there. We're not sharing a room anymore.
Yeah, that's valid. So I'm still within 5 feet of where it was, right? Because I never disengaged. So I'm just going to try swing my axe wildly in the space that he was in.
Sure.
To hit.
To hit the dancer.
That's a 7.
Hey, you just swing in and slice through air.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it might be on another plane.
What plane?
Good try. Keep going. No, keep going. You'll get it.
Oh, Umbra.
Where'd it go?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing else I can really do. So
Okay.
can I ready an action actually? No, that was an action. Sorry.
That was your action, yes.
Yeah.
You can't ready a bonus action.
Yeah.
Sorry. Dara.
Has Umbra told us it's still there?
It's there in a different plane.
Yeah.
So we know you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Why can't we see it?
Because it's
Where
on a
is it?
different plane. They moved it. It's not here. It's
There.
like-
Okay, I get that. Can we? Can I still hit it?
at this point, I think he's probably just choked up with panic, and he just numbly shakes his head.
Great.
Oh wait, he never rolled to save against its Frady pants. Can you do that?
Frady pants.
I was actually going to rat on myself and tell you that at the end of your turn, but I was like, nah.
Sure.
I was. No, I know you can. I wasn't going to let you, but I can. I feel bad now. So,
I mean, it doesn't mean I'm going to succeed.
Does that mean, sorry, Declan, at the start of the year, you should have rolled for your shackles? Because it's set on every turn, you have to try C, and then if not, you take 2d6 damage.
can you? I'm curious because I've gone into a different plane, so I assumed those things didn't follow me through.
That's an assumption, a hell of an assumption.
I'm on the ethereal plane.
How do you
You're
know
on
his
the
shackles
material
aren't
plane.
ethereal? Regiment is an ethereal girl.
Um,
The spell does not mention planes.
I assume it's just there until otherwise not there. But also, what was the save? Like, what was the stat I'm adding to it?
you are making a charisma saving throw.
Beans. Yeah, no, that's only an 11 still. Never mind.
Nope, you are still terrified, even though it's
Yeah.
not. Well, you can still see it, so you're terrified of it.
I can't believe Nora took down 2 of those fucking manticores, and 4 of us are here getting
No, she-
absolutely wailed
Down
on.
one. She took down
1.5.
one.
Oh, the other
1.5.
one's mostly gone. Yeah.
Not according to my stats. It's not.
Yeah, but you can't write anymore, the fucking thing.
Shut up, you're dead. Start rolling up your Pathfinder character or whatever it is.
I'm gonna make a badger. Guys, Mooney, I'm your new companion. Hello. Hello.
So I tell you what, I will allow because it hasn't moved, it just went ethereal. We're going to say the magic followed through with it.
Well, Google says no, so...
Ben's
Oh,
on
thank
our
you,
side.
Google. Thank you. And
But
thank
Ben
you for that.
says yes.
No, Ben says yes. I believe Ben over Google.
Yeah, I vote
Yep.
for Ben.
Ben better than Google confirmed.
Okay. On that ruling, then I will get you, Ben.
Makes sense.
And a 4, so that is 10 damage.
So you fail. So you take 2d6 damage.
Oh, yeah, no, I rolled that. Yeah, I rolled. I failed the saving throw again, and then I rolled the damage, so I took 10.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
You'll rue the day, Ben. Rue the day, Diara.
do I roll for my fright at the start
Yes.
of my turn? Okay.
At the end of your turn.
Oh, so I can't react, or okay, so I have to attack first and then be not frightened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast. No, wait.
That's my favorite spell.
I'm going to cast. No, wait.
Yeah, it works really well on a live stream where people are watching.
Fuck off. Okay, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Shatter
Okay.
because it's not a concentration, so you'll still be Bane.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast it at 2nd level.
Okay.
So, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Sure. Regiment, also make a Constitution saving throw, please.
What?
Sure.
Buh? What did I do?
Well, I nat 1 did on my Constitution saving throw.
Excellent.
So did I.
You're so in sync. Oh my
Oh,
god.
yay.
Regiment X tree
It's
corps.
because of all those shackles, baby. So
I have regrets.
roll for Jamyaj.
Look at him, the little shit. Look how happy he is.
It's only funny when I get to take down one of you with me. This is just me on my own. I'd be
Yay.
very upset.
Join me in death, Regiment. I'll wreck your head there too.
7, 6, 14.
You
And what's the
fucking...
damage die on that?
8.
Okay, so that's 22,
To both of us.
both of you.
What the fuck?
That's a shocking amount of damage, so it is. That's
I'm going
do you
to
know
look
how
at
many
Reggie.
twos that is?
I gotta look at Reggie and be like, what's wrong with you?
11 twos.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Reggie's going to be like, what the fuck? You're normally shit at this. When you're good, why is it on me?
I didn't cast it on you.
What?
You-
Certainly look that way.
There is a range on Shatter. I just like that's.
Yeah, and
And he's within Regiment is in range.
Right
of that.
beside this ghosty shackle man.
well, you should have just jumped out of the way then.
It actually gets way worse if I were gonna rat again. Like it'd be worse.
Rat, please then.
No.
Go on, Dennis.
Nora said no. The ghost said no.
Yeah, but isn't it? I'll just go read the spell.
It's a
thank you.
10-foot sphere.
Okay, so here's
I'm googling it because can't spend anymore.
It's a 10-foot sphere based on where I thought the ghost was.
Ben, what do you say? What's your ruling? Ruling our
Ben,
favorite. There's
Ben.
no other ruling.
No, I'm reading it right now. So Ben, you be quiet.
you're not going to find it in the wording of Shatter. But what I would say is that I would imagine that a persistent effect like the handcuffs would remain, but a brand new thing like that would be the equivalent of targeting
Spit it out,
something
Rat.
in the
Come on, spit it out, spit it out.
Feywild.
Come on.
If that would be the equivalent of trying to shatter something in the Feywild from the material plane, and I don't think you can do that.
So what you're saying here is
Handcuffs
Just
say
Regiment
I
gets
don't
shattered.
think. Yeah, I think just Regiment gets wrecked.
Battered and shattered.
I apologize for nothing.
Yeah, but she can't see that it didn't take damage, so let her have her moment.
Yeah, no, Umbra won't say anything.
Umber won't rat.
I would, yeah. Not in this instance, but generally speaking, probably.
Yeah. So two things happen. Diara, you concentrate on the spot where the ghost was for a moment. And a scream catches, and you all hear a pitch just ascending around Diara, and then nothing. And then where the ghost was, there's a ripple of air, and then a scream just erupts. And Redmond, you are knocked back. You are hit full force with this, and the corpse is just blown to bits. And the ghost vanishes. Umbra.
You did it.
Yay!
Nailed it. You're welcome. Takes it.
At what cost?
Shut up, you're fine. Cast healing word.
All four of you just hear Nulra cry out, no. Or whatever her final words were.
Stay back.
The disrespect.
You just hear Nulra cry out, stay back.
Are we still in initiative?
No, combat's over for you.
Okay.
We run
And-
toward
you
the
guys.
Sound of
ground.
the direction. I don't take orders well.
Ye turn and run back. And you find, and Umbra, the smell suddenly makes a lot of sense. There's blood everywhere. There's a headless creature lying there. And another one seems to be feasting on something.
No.
And as you come over the crest of the embankment and you see straight down, you see, as it looks up with you with burning yellow eyes, a creature. And in its jaws, it holds Nulra. Her body lifeless. Roll for initiative.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Should we
Come
all
on, stop
should we
enough
all
for you.
kill this then,
Yes.
or should we leave
Yeah.
it go?
18.
Are you using the same tracker?
Better.
Yeah.
18.
Go on, Mooney.
11.
19. And Redmond?
16. Sorry, I typed it in.
Sorry. And Nulra. Oh, wait.
Yeah, whatever.
You freaking asshole.
Okay, so with a. Sorry, who got the 19? Diara?
Yeah.
No. Wait, I did. I got the 19. It looks up at you, and you see its eyes just like its forehead burrow, and all of you just see its tail whipping back and forth, and then a spike rushes out straight towards you, Diara, for 11.
Meets it, beats it.
Okay, and then that is 3 piercing damage.
Hellish rebuke.
You, as the tail spike flicks towards you, and you're completely frozen to the spot as you see this thing holding Nulra in its mouth. Its tail whipping out. You just see it just in time as it just whizzes past. It cuts you on the face as the spike misses and thuds into a tree just behind you. Immediately and with little provocation other than what you see in front of you, all of you just hear Diara let out a horrifying wail, and the creature lights up. For how much damage?
Please hold. No, that's the wrong one. Wow, 9. Nope, never mind. 20.
Yeah, it's better than 9.
Oh, yeah.
You're
It just
really good
erupts.
when you're conscious.
I know, right? Why do you think he kills me first?
It just erupts in flame all around it, like wounds open up and fire just erupts out of it. And Nulra, you hear the shrieking cry of Diara, and all of you just see Nulra's hands grip this thing around the side of its head, and she spins its neck, and the creature's head is twisted with a sickening crack,
Oh,
and Nulra's eyes open.
Yay!
what?
Yeah, we
Am I-
saved you. We did it. Don't
Can
worry
I
about
run over
it at
to
all.
her?
Regiment, you rush straight over to her.
All right, and I'm gonna grab her and just be like, "Knowles!" I knew
Oh my
you'd be
God.
all right.
Why is your face the first thing I see? I want the sweet release of death. No, she wouldn't say that. She'd just pull him in for an embrace.
Minnie runs down and gives her a big hug.
Diara's just standing staring at them in shock.
She's just
Umbra
gonna
looks around at the other corpse.
panic and kind of and stand up and still holding Mooney and Regiment. The others, where are they? And just look around. Can I see, like, they're in my eye line, Umbra and Diara, are they? I can see that they're okay.
You see Umbra.
Yeah, they're all here. We even got Mooney.
Hi.
And when you look for Diara, for a moment, you see Ilaria. And you see the woman called Boss. And then it's just Diara. She's there and she's standing beside Umbra and she's crying. And all of you hear the sounds of wheels, kind of like wooden wheels, kind of creaking and groaning, coming from the north. And rounding the corner, you see a man and a woman who both just let out kind of a gasp of shock and fright as they come across the scene. And the five of you standing around the corpses of whatever these monstrous forms are. Are these the folks working for Mr. Fern? And the man takes the cap off his head and he holds it tight and the reins in one hand.
I don't know, Ollie. It's been so long, I can't remember.
Mooney, where the hell were you?
Oh, I was away getting sandwiches and then I got kidnapped by Tilly. But I'm okay now.
It's
I've got so much to fill you in. I'm just glad that you're alright.
Nolra's gonna just put an arm around Mooney's shoulder because she can do that. And just give her a little squeeze and look over at the other two. She's still kind of in shock. She hasn't processed what's going on. Working. Yeah, I guess. No other choice, really.
And the woman just kind of elbows the man. It's just we were asked to help. We were asked to fetch you in case you kind of got lost and you needed a lift to Cashlon.
Where's that?
that's where we're going.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's ideal. Yeah, to be honest.
Wait, did you guys not have a bunch of horses that I saw? Should we not go get your wee horses?
They're wild now.
Don't mention. Don't say anything with the horses.
That's good. Die. Minnie looks at the manticores that she had previously planned to recruit for her big rising. Like, oh, that's a shame. I have to think of something else now. God, they were awful mean, weren't they? Aye.
Yeah.
Are you? Well, I don't. Well, I don't really mean to be bothering you, but they did say it was kind of a matter of urgency, and the wife and I really we don't want to cause Mr. Fern any upset. So, if you'd like, we'll just turn the cart round, and we can get you there right quick.
Did he threaten you?
No, not at all. No, sure.
No, we hate him. We hate him.
Insight check.
Is there any chance there's anyone besides y'all here who might be listening into this conversation before we proceed?
Do you swear to
12.
tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Okay, sorry. There's a million people now saying stuff. Mooney, he is quite obviously frightened. And Umbra, when you ask this question, the wife looks at him and back at you. She doesn't say anything, and he doesn't react. And your man appears to try and he's maneuvering the horses as much as he can with the cart. They're kind of backing up onto the embankment a little bit and turning.
Well, then let's carry on.
Yeah. Let's get on.
All right.
Minnie just kind of like squeezes Nolra's shoulder, gives her a big smile, and she just over to the cart, and she gets on. It's like because she's got 2nd-degree burns in her hand.
Well, right yours then, and he cracks the reins, and the cart kind of trundles on. There's a horrible tension, just kind of a nervousness and uneasiness palpitating from these two. They don't want to be here. They don't want to be involved. They don't say anything. And the cart trundles down the road, and as you clear the forest, Nolra, you give one look back. And all you hear is just the laughter, the snarling and growling. And you feel overcome. And something has changed about you. And you feel it in your core.
You're meant to go.
I walked into that one. You couldn't have it.
That was very good.
The cart continues for some time along a dirt road before it makes and connects with a larger road. And you see a couple of houses and farms steaded by, but the entire time on your right, onto the east, you see the sprawling coastline. And in the distance, the harbour and the large town, and it's bigger than anything any of you have ever seen. And the town of Kashlon draws closer. And the task enforced on you by Captain Ferrin, and the book and the records that you must find, and the people of Cove and their fate, and the missing items, Seamus and Tilly, weigh heavily at the back of your minds as we leave chapter 14 on the edge there. We're back in 2 weeks' time for whatever the hell I call the next episode, chapter 15, Turncoat.
Who would it be?
Massacre.
Well, you all deserved it, is the way you look at it. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I am Declan. I am your dungeon master, and I have been joined this evening by James as Umbra, Fiona as Nolra, Eilish as Diara, Emma as Regiment, and Kat as Mooney. So glad that we're back. I've missed this. I've missed hanging out with everybody. I've missed role playing. I've missed TTRPGs. You're all insane. I know that in my core, both my Manta and what I like to call my just a six-pack of very flat beer. That's all it is. We are D8 Dungeon, a group of Irish tabletop role-playing game enthusiasts who just love playing games, love hanging out, love telling stories, and sharing those with people around us. Outside of Rise of the Forsaken, we are the creators of Romance in the Dungeon, a podcast exploring what true love means to four very, very, very bad individuals. Sorry, misunderstood. I meant to say misunderstood.
Emotionally damaged.
Emotionally damaged. Yeah, and that's before I even started DMing the game. You can
and our
check that out.
characters are also... No, never mind.
You can check that out every second Friday. We have a brand new episode coming out this Friday. I've already scheduled it. Yep. Love Bites episode 17 of season 2 is out on Friday. You can check it out on all podcast platforms. We also have a second stream now in operation called Saving Grace, a gothic horror splinter from Romancing the Dungeon, exploring the life and adventures of Grace Stormfield, a woman broken by love and haunted by ghosts from past. That's every second Thursday with a brand new episode out. Oh, wait, not next Thursday, because I have an exhibition that I'm showcasing and I have to be at. And Grace is on holidays, so we have to maybe move that to a different day. But we will let you know. We are also haunted by the ghost of scheduling. Check us out on all social
We're
media
adults with commitment.
Horror. You can find us on all social media channels, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, if you're still using that, at D8 Dungeon. We also have a very, very nifty Discord server that is full of really wonderful, fun people.
Join us.
So do pop over and join us. Seriously, we have it's the best people. They really are. And I will push it once more. We have an affiliate link with the Rook and the Raven, where you can get yourself a nifty little discount on some amazing tabletop role-playing game accessories, planners that you can customize, whether you're a DM or a player. Look at them, they're showing off all their stuff. Here, they're the rich ones of the group.
Wow. This was a gift.
I drew Rani. Not that you can see, but
Oh,
I can't draw.
me neither.
Rise of the Forsaken is back in 2 weeks' time for chapter 15. I am going to do a little tiny plug, like a little tiny thing that I'm just going to mention now. I'm not going to go into full details of it. But if you've been hanging around the D8 Dungeon mess for, the last year or so, you'll be familiar with a charity thing we organized last year. We are not doing 24-hour straight marathon of tabletop role-playing content because I don't think I can recover from it 2 years in a row. We will not be doing a 24-hour marathon, but we are looking at a weekend long with rest in the middle and at the end of each of those days. But we are looking at a rest. A 24-hour. What am I on about? I need
24-hour rest.
A 24-hour rest. That would be amazing. Oh, I don't know. What is that? We are looking at a weekend dedicated to raising funds and awareness for some amazing charities. Again, it'll be following the anniversary of last year's D8 Dungeon Drive, but this year with a twist. So if there are any other DMs in our chat right now, you want to keep an eye on your
I see some
on your messages over the coming days. Over the coming days. I want to wait for the rest of the guys to get their feedback on stuff, and then we will send out some stuff and we will see how we're going. It's going to be a blast. I'm super, super excited for it. It's going to be stupid and I hope it's going to be great. And I hope it raises lots of money. That's it from us. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Oh, I did actually forget something. There are some amazing DMs in our... Wait, what did I forget? If you're nodding at me.
Nothing. I was agreeing that you forgot something.
Okay. There are some other amazing Irish TTRPG creators and creators in general out there. Homebrew Ben, who's been in the chat all night with us, is the DM for my favorite stream. I hate
not this one.
My favorite stream. Homebrew Quest. Make sure you check them out on YouTube. They stream every second Tuesday, and they're mighty crack. They're great crack. And I'm also going to give a bit of we give a shout out to the Irish Podcast, and they've kicked off their brand new. I think it's Spelljammer that they're doing.
I'm trying to find all these channels.
Zan.
Zan is here as well.
Zan is here.
And Zan, I think it's every Sunday that their campaign is going out as well. So and again, links to all those are on our channel over on Discord and stuff. That will give them a shout out on our social media as well, so you can find them there. We are going to leave it there. Are we gonna jump in? Are we gonna raid anybody? Are we gonna keep the ship going? Panic.
Did you fail to
Panic.
prepare?
Fox Comedy is streaming right now. If you want to jump into them, follow them. Bigger card.
For a second, I was like, I'm sure they are. They're a TV channel. Okay.
Yes,
hang on.
because I would suggest we follow. No.
Hold on, don't go yet. I'm trying to put in everyone's links. I have to do the podcast.
Fox
I think I
Comedy,
got everyone.
as in
Doing the Lord's work.
FOXCOMEDY.
Yep.
Cool. I don't know who that is. They good? I guess I'll find out now.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent. You got it done, Fiona. You happy? Okay,
Wow.
everybody.
Beauty.
We are gonna be going. Say your goodbyes.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye, everyone. Love you. Bye.
Yes, you're your match course.
Bye.